How about variable data printing? How
Ah,
about barcode
yes,
incorporation?
this is a
How
good.
about serial numbers?
We are doing. The best example what we have is the FTA sticker. What is we supply to FTA in Dubai. The tourists who have come here, if they buy something and go out from this country, you can claim the VAT. And here they have a system not like Europe. They put a sticker on the invoice. And that sticker you can scan at the airport and you get the VAT return. That sticker is done by our company. I am the person who is doing that for the government. So there is a potential. We have done now maybe more than, I don't know, millions. I cannot, millions of stickers to FTA. So there is one of the best example. And when I got that project, I was not prepared for that project, to be honest. We had a very big struggle how to do it in a small barcode printer. It was hardly impossible. So then we gone for a digital only, but we just got a digital head. So now we are going for a full system. There in digital head, I can do only 108 where I need a lot of time. Here I can print the full width and I can get my output more faster and more easier. Understand? Now I have to print in Flexo, then I have to print in the digital head, and then I have to rewind. I have a 3 process now. Here, one process, I finish everything and just slit and go. That's how it is.
Thank
So
you, sir.
there is a potential in variable data here.
Thank you, sir. Super. So, two key things from your response. One is you can save on your tooling cost for plate cost for jobs that are very small run, and you can transfer that, shift that onto digital.
At least you don't make a lot of profit, but
Yeah.
yeah, you will make some profit, but not at least it goes from our pocket.
Okay, that's good.
It's not a loss.
So that's one positive. And the second is variable data. Yeah, VDP. So you can do that at a larger scale on digital.
Easily.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Ismail, you have been using digital for a year now, right? And now you are in a better position to educate all of us here and our guest here and Mr. Al-Sawi and Mr. Shiju, who are from Saudi Arabia and UAE as potential looking for label. So your input is going to be very important for us because you have been using it for a year. So how did you market digital, right? And who did you target as potential customers? And what is the ratio of getting new business because of digital? And if you would like to answer, do you price or do you do commercial thing digital as premium? If you would like to answer that.
The first thing is I want to know whether the two people you talked about, are they currently doing Flexo or are they not?
Flexo. No, one is Flexo, one is potential, absolutely brand new into trying to go into digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I right?
So
Yes.
So my answer would be a bit.
And he's going to sign today.
Why today, right now?
Yes.
We'll do it right now. But let me tailor my answer in a different way. So when we entered digital, we were doing Flexo already. And as I mentioned earlier as well, that being a Flexo printer, you are in that position where you always do some jobs which are at a cost or maybe at a loss. But in our strategy, different to him, we never played the cost of plates for short runs because we were always blunt about the fact that we would never do it without plate cost. Because in our industry, we always had this in mind that if the MOQ is above a certain barrier, we would cover the cost. If it's below that barrier, they would have to pay. So that allowed the whole industry as a whole to cover their plate cost from the day one. So that was a benefit because it was a mutual kind of an understanding by the whole industry that we would never absorb the plate cost in the first go for orders which are very low. But my point is that the time taken to print that job on a Flexo press is so much that it really kills you as an owner that you're just wasting a lot of time for this small business volume. So my answer would be that initially when we entered the digital market, we always had this plan that we would, from day one, shift a lot of our smaller jobs on digital. And just use that extra capacity on the conventional Flexo to print more long run jobs, right? that would mean that it's a win-win situation. We are covering our losses and earning more money on the second hand. It means that on an average, we are earning more money than we were doing previously. So in your case, you already have that segment there for you. When it comes to marketing, we never marketed digital as digital.
Okay.
We initially didn't even want our competitors to know we had a digital, because it means that you're already telling them how you're doing it. So we never went out in the market and said, oh, we can do this on a digital and it's a small run and the quality is better. We always had this idea that if someone comes in and pitched us the whole their product, that this is what we want to do, and we quoted in a price with the development cost. They were like, it's so much. And I was like, well, we have an alternate, and that alternate would be this, maybe not so high, but the price would be a bit higher, and which allow you to enter the market. So in your case, the idea would be that there will be certain brands which are coming to you for their maybe offset printing. This is what you do right now, right? Offset. You're doing offset, right? So you are already printing boxes for them maybe, but for the labels, they will be going somewhere else. But in your case, it would be that if they are printing 5,000 boxes, 5,000 boxes on an offset is pretty okay. But 5,000 labels is pretty difficult to sell. So in your case, you're just complementing your packaging box with a label, which was never there before for them. So you already have the consumer, but he will be getting 2 products from you as compared to 1 now. So you already know that he has a bottle inside this box, and that bottle label he'll be getting from somewhere else. So why not I pitch him the same thing? So his strategy and your strategy will be 2 different scenarios. You have the customer in a different way. He already has that label business. He just have to hold him, not going to you, because he can do it in a much better way. So maybe you're doing the same customer, but you're already doing his labels. He would not leave from him because he already has the digital now. In your case, you're already doing a box. So maybe it's easier for you to just push him towards you. Right? That's the way it should be. But exhibiting it as a premium, no, we never did that. Because in labels, premium is a different category altogether. Let me clarify, no offense. In labels, premium is substrate being premium. So for example, in our case, if a substrate, a commodity cost 80 cents per square meter, premium is $2 per square meter, $2.50 per square meter. So for example, if you pick up a wine label, the substrate is not a normal substrate. That substrate is more than $2 per square meter. So premium means that, substrate. Premium means hot foiling. Premium means embossing. Premium means doing it in a certain way that it cannot be copied. It may have a holographic embossing on it, and you would not be able to do that on digital. So exhibiting it as premium was difficult. It's not possible. And that's why we never exhibited as premium in the first place.